Hello and welcome to episode whatever number, because we've never numbered this, of the Problematic Sticker Podcast. I am your host again this week, Chille, as we start to talk about animes and the things that we like about animes, or dislike, or fan service. With me this week we have I like animes but not video games, Garri.
Hello, I do. Actually, I don't know. I hate a lot more anime because they just bother me. I'm here.
Have you watched any anime since our last cast, which was totally last week?
Yeah, I've been rewatching Soul Eater per Chris's recommendation.
Yes.
Which I absolutely love. It's one of my favorite animes. He told me about it a long time ago. And I didn't watch it for a long time, and then I did, and I was like, "Oh shit, it's so good!" And then we had verbal intercourse. So nice.
He got his word goo all over my face.
But other than that, I'm fine, and I did. That was honestly, unfortunately, the only anime.
What's that?
I said that unfortunately that was the only anime I was. Although I did play a game based on an anime which follows the anime, so technically I watched it, but I interacted.
What was it?
And it's called Punchline, and it's absolutely hilarious, and I highly recommend it to everyone. I just hope the anime is as funny as the game was.
Talking about games, we actually had a beta this weekend for Jump Force, and I'll talk about that in a little bit and answer some questions.
Yes, we did.
Chris, you're here also.
Indeed, I am. I was watching Planet Earth the other night with my wife. And they got to the part where they were talking about the penguins, and some of the mama penguins and daddy penguins don't come back, so they leave little orphan penguins. Aww. And there are some of the mamas that come back, and the little babies died, so they're like, motherless widows. And what these motherless widows do is they find an orphan baby chick, and they all try to claim it. So what they do is they chase after it while it runs for his life. And I started laughing my fucking ass off when I saw this. It was one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen. and then of course the baby chick got crushed and died, because that's usually what happens. And then I laughed even harder. But yeah, nature is fucking awesome. So
wow,
yeah, that's what I've been.
You're done. Thanks for bringing everybody's mood down with death and baby chickens dying, and you laughing about it. You said that
they're baby penguins.
You said chickens.
Even worse.
Well, no, the baby penguins are called chicks.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. That's even worse. What is wrong with you?
I did. No, you've got to go watch it. It's so damn funny to see all
no,
like,
no thanks. I'm not gonna go watch baby
life.
penguins get massacred. You sick fuck.
It was just one baby chick, and it was too much love. Too much love can kill. That's what the point of that was.
Oh, you mean abandonment kills you? Is that what you're saying? That's so much love there, abandonment.
Or getting eaten in the sea, or dying of being cold outside, because that will happen to them too. Nature's fucked, dude.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you anymore. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, but
you've crushed my soul. Thanks.
What kind of?
It's Planet Earth. Sir
it's
David
funny
Attenborough
to you,
narrates it.
I'm just thinking.
That doesn't mean you laugh at it.
What's the anime got on it? 2 out of 10 chickens approve of this.
Penguin chicks. I'm gonna get hate mail.
You'll be crushed
now.
when you watch this anime.
God, Chris, it was. What was the point of that story? What was the point of you telling us this story?
I just wanted to share a fun story with you guys.
No, you wanted to ruin our day. You wanted to ruin our day with your sick thoughts.
Fun stories, everyone. Penguin crushing. Only on the Problematic Sticker. Well, you know what? I guess
damn.
we could go over to. You know what? I'm gonna bring everyone's mood up. Okay. One of our favorite animes of the week that we watched a while back, Violet Evergarden, actually had a special recently put on Netflix, an extra episode. I haven't seen it yet. I just saw the episode and I've got to watch it still. But there is a new episode on Netflix.
Nice.
So yeah, if you like that anime, which you should because it was amazing, go check out Violet Evergarden Special, which is on Netflix. So yeah.
Exciting times.
Okay, let's talk a bit about a little mobile game called Dokkan Battle, which I heard, Chris, from a little bird, that you're now playing.
Yeah, after resisting for so long, I it was funny because you guys went on
Yeah.
about it for a long time, and I was I'm still very against mobile game practices of the industry, but
Yeah.
I downloaded Dokkan Battle and a bunch of other games like Final Fantasy Record Keeper, and I started playing a couple of them, Fallout Shelter. Dokkan Battle really hooked me, and after having it downloaded on my phone for a year, I finally popped it open to play it, and I'm hooked. It's a great mobile game, so I am now very much another fan. So yeah, I don't know how much I can add to the conversation of what you guys have already discussed, and because you guys are like way more knowledgeable about it than I am. I'm just totally
I've learnt my
a noob
stuff from
still.
Garri.
So did I. But yeah, no, Gary actually built me the best teams he could with the characters I had, and kind of gave me pointers for a lot of the different fights and that. I don't think I did too bad on my own so far, though.
Nice.
I got some decent polls and made some decent headway into all
I
of
bet
the
you got decent
events.
balls. I'm gonna go cry.
Yeah. Yeah, he got 2 LRs already.
Really?
He just started and he has 2 goddamn LRs.
Oh, which LRs,
Yeah.
mate?
Which ones do I have, Gary? I've
You
got
have the LR Trunks.
the Trunks and the LR Tech Goku.
Yeah, the Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
I mean,
Mhm.
Trunks isn't great, so I'll let you have him.
It's still an LR.
Well, but I've got the Hercule LR. I have
Yes.
the Android 17 and 18 LR. I've got the Great Saiyaman LR. I have the what is it called? That Extreme Challenge. The Prime. I have the Prime battles. Frieza and Goku's as well. Obviously, I'm not. I don't have enough.
Good on getting 777 medals, dude.
Well, yeah, no, I know that I'm in for it in the long run, but I
but
have started those.
Chris,
so,
if need be,
yeah.
there will be a freezer event eventually where you'll be able to get extra medals. So,
Beautiful. Perfect
basically,
time for me to start.
the Ginyu Force team will give you bonus medals. So,
Which
Ooh.
you should be working on.
Yes. That's the other one I have yet to start on that because, like I said, I'm trying to get the timed events done first before I hop into those. So, but yeah, I'm out. Just it is really the most perfect casual phone game I've played. I never feel like, even with the timed events, I never feel stressed. And even though there are cards that I know I can't get, it really doesn't bother me in this one as much as it does others because it's like that's more my own fault because you guys told me to get into it and I didn't listen for years. So, but it is what it is, and yeah, I love it. So I will happily join future conversations about Dokkan Battle.
well, I'm sorry you can't join us for this conversation, really, but I will bring it up so that way, because you'll get a chance eventually to do it, probably.
Yay!
There's a new mode. Well, I say new. A new mode for global coming out called Virtual Battlefield. Virtual Clash or something like that. It's basically Battlefield from the Japanese version. Where you're able to earn medals to buy certain items, such as the old LR Ginyu that we never got before. Also dupes.
Still not confirmed he's coming. That is not confirmed.
Well, it's not confirmed, but come on. He's been translated for years.
Well, so have Super Saiyan 3 Gohan. adult, and
True.
that's never going to happen because he's a heroes card.
Anyway,
Sorry.
chances are we'll get LR Ginyu. And dupes for your other LR Ginyu if you've got him from the Ginyu Force event. So you can actually get dupe for him. And he starts off as an LR, so you don't have to actually awaken him either. But people are saying...
I like to bring this up again. There are 2 LR Captain Ginyu cards.
2 LR Captain Ginyus.
2 fucking LR Ginyu.
Yeah.
I didn't realize everybody loved him so much. I thought he was a one-off character. I thought he was done after the Namek saga. Still, everybody fucking loves him now, and I'm like, okay, cool. I like Ginyu. Shit, I'm on board.
Toka Sentai! Toka Sentai!
Oh my god.
Actually, with all of this now, with fighters and Dokkan and that, I actually have fallen in love with the Ginyu Force all over again.
Yeah. Well, they're in the movie as well, aren't they?
Yeah, you're getting him back in the movie too.
I'm excited for it. I'm like, yes, I love the whole.
Yeah.
I love the Ginyu Force because they're this whole like battle posing fighting team that Frieza tolerates because they're because they're so powerful. I just fucking love that. He's like, they really need to tone it down. But yeah, sorry, I had to show some love for Ginyu there.
Now, people are saying we're going to get LR Metal Cooler, but I don't think we'll get LR Metal Cooler when Dokkan Battle launches. I really think it'll be Battlefield. I really think it'll be later on because they don't want to blow all their load at once.
No, they're not going to give you 3 LRs in one mode right off to earn. Yeah.
Hell, we might not even get the new current LR Ginyu. We might get the old LR Ginyu in the first one. Yeah, basically...
The physical.
Okay, how it works is, like Super Battle Road, where you fight against an opponent once you've died, that's it. In some ways, this kind of works like Super Battle Road. You can pick 150 UR characters. That is your pool for the fight. Those 150 characters. So there's 5 different fights, and they all have about the same amount of health as the Super Battle Road. Although they don't hit as hard as Super Battle Road, they still hit pretty hard. Now you can enter the fight as a team. By the way, you have no friend. You pick your own sub leader. You have no friend leader. And then you enter the fight. Now, if you beat the fight, good for you. But no matter if you beat or lose the fight, those characters you've picked cannot be used again. They're locked off. So if you bring Sextents, SS3 Gotenks, for the physical's good against intelligence, isn't it?
Yeah.
So say you find an intelligence boss and you bring Sextents. The next time you want to do another fight, you cannot bring him, even in a fusions team. He's locked off.
For how long?
Until I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
But say you lose the fight, the amount of health you've knocked off the enemy is saved. So even if you lost at like half health, when you re-enter the fight with a different team, the boss will actually have half health still. He does not gain his health back. He stays at wherever you knocked it. You have to do this to 5 different fights. Each fight gives you medals, which you can then use in the barbershop to purchase different items, such as different units, such as the... I think there's like a Margin Vegeta, there's a Super Saiyan 2 Goku, and of course, the LR cards that we talked about earlier. Also have other different rewards you can get. Also, you get free stones as well.
Always down for free stones.
I can't remember how many it is. I don't think it's a huge amount. I think it's like 10. But you get 10 free stones. Might be more, might be less. I'm not sure off the top of my head. Once you've done those 5 fights, you're done. You've beaten that tier. And then every month, there's a maintenance, and then it resets the tier and changes all the bosses to different units and changes the typings. And all the units you used before have then been reset, and you can reuse them. But also all the rewards are then reset, so you can re-get all the stones again, and all the Kais and all the orbs. So
Sounds like fun.
yeah, that's Battlefield. Got any questions?
And this is why I have 700 characters.
Yeah.
So I can just throw fodder at them and win with quantity over quality.
You can only select 150.
Oh.
Well, he's got 150 URs to choose from,
Yeah.
so I think it's set either way.
So Gary, you got any questions?
No.
Okay,
I'm good. Thanks for that explanation, my friend.
no worries. But Chris, you do have to be rank 150 to do Battlefield.
I'm already 133, baby. I'm
There you
on my
go.
way. No worries here.
Nice.
All I do is worry about you, man.
Why? I'm fine. I get my I do okay on my own usually. You don't have to babysit
question
me.
it, man.
Also,
Don't-
the Easy 8 full power freezer is live right now. I haven't finished it myself, but it's live.
Yes, Extreme Z Awakening Frieza is live. Something I have been waiting for a long time since I have had him rainbowed time now, which is funny because of the original Dokkan characters that released. What was it? Broly, Cell, Super Saiyan 3 Goku,
Yeah.
Full Power Frieza, and Physical Kid Buu. Cell or Frieza was the only one I didn't have. I never pulled him.
Oh wow.
And I got him from my first red free stone that we
Nice.
got. It's like, oh my god, I can finally have Frieza. After I got Frieza, the next summon he was on, I pulled 4 of him. And I rainbowed his ass right there and then. I was like, god damn it. But yes, he got rainbowed, and I used him all the time on my teams. Like, he was still a very good unit to have. But now he's an incredible unit to have after that, because yesterday he hit for 6 million critical.
Crazy.
Linked with Final Form Cooler, the physical one, and the Metal Cooler Intelligent. So he wrecked some shit.
He showed me his Frieza team last night. It's sexy. Yeah.
By the way,
It
in
needs a
Japan,
category.
in Japan they got Easy 8 Kid Buu.
Yes, Extreme Z Awakening for Kid Buu.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's that good.
It's a great support unit.
Well, I feel like they still kind of screwed him over on his passive and his leader skill.
His leader skill
I
massive
think
is
they could have
massive,
just
I
done
don't
it.
know. I mean,
I think they could have done a flat boost rather than, if it's above 80%, this is what he does. If it's below 80% health, this is what he does. If it's below 50% health, this is what he does. Like, just do it at 50%. If he's over 50%, this is what he does. If he's under 50%, this is what he does. That's it. Like, I don't like... It's too much calculating with him.
yeah.
Which really bothers me. That's why I didn't use him on Super Battle Road team when I was doing the extreme physical one. Because he's a very hit and miss character. That 80% really hurts you. And especially in Super Battle Road, you get hit once, you're already down to like 30% health.
Yeah, but at least he still gives what? When he's under that, he gives 30% attack and defense. So
Still.
yeah,
I didn't use him. I tried to use him, and I kept losing with him, so I swapped him out for Super Boo instead, who seals super attacks.
also Easy A Super Saiyan Strength 3 Goku.
Which is surprising.
Yeah, nobody expected that.
No. I would have been expecting it for when they brought back Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the agility one. Why would they do it this?
Well, they have in a way because you have to use the same medals. You have to use the medals from the Super
So
Saiyan 3.
I'm gonna have to go and reuse stamina to restart. Oh my god! I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew they were gonna screw me.
Which means no extra stones.
Yeah.
which sucks. So that to be honest, that leaves the way to what's the next Easy A.
Well, that's the rotation, right? They've done all the original characters,
Yeah.
so they would have to. No, actually, the only two remaining are Gogeta and Janemba.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they can do to them because the intelligent one and the STR ones, the intelligent Gogeta and STR Janemba, are the better version of those.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they'll do. I mean,
I thought of something they could do for Super Vegito.
what's that?
They could give him a chance to counter super attacks.
He hit 2 OP instantly, dude.
I
You
said the
instantly
chance.
making him the most powerful character in the game with that. What's wrong with you?
That was his plan all along.
Hey, what else could they do with like that character?
The only thing I could see them doing with him is giving him a chance to do an extra.
Or maybe give him a nerfed attack boost. Yeah,
I think like there's a few things. I think there's a few. They can either do like give him a flat critical chance, so he has like a 10% chance to do a critical attack, which is something they've started doing with a lot of new cards.
Like the Western Supreme support unit, which I can't believe I'm saying this, but Western Supreme Kai is a really good support unit.
Yeah.
She is a new unit that came out with the Boo event, and she gives attack and defense plus 40% to all allies, and critical hit plus 7% to every ally on the field. That's pretty decent. So, yeah, it means a little bit more extra critical hit for your team.
Sounds like a sexy card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we'll see what they can do. Looking at Vegeta right now, let me go see him
Okay.
very quick.
You're talking about
Gary,
the Easy A Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta.
No, sorry, Vegito. Sorry, the
Vegeta.
Super Vegeta. I mean, they can increase his leader skill to a 90% instead of a 70%.
Yeah.
I
said they could give him a nerfed version of this, the physical Super Vegito. Remember, every time he gets damage, he increases his attack.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, because it's like 20% for Super Vegito,
because
so they can give him like 10%.
I guess they can. I mean, to me, I can see them adding maybe like, attack and defense plus 20% or something like that to his passive.
Yeah.
But I don't, because he's already such a good unit. Even though he's such an old unit, he's still used in plenty of teams.
Well, yeah, he's used for you want to run him instead of like Tech Vegito in the Super Battle Road because of the defense.
Yeah.
Because Tech Vegito does a lot more damage than him, but because of Super Vegito's defensive passive, is really good so you don't get killed.
And like his super attack is good too, cause immense damage and allies attack plus 30% for 1 turn. They can increase that to 2 turns.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they're gonna go and make him, because anything you add to him, like extra attack or him becoming stronger, like the physical Vegito, he's just gonna be too overpowered.
Yeah.
And I think that would hurt him, personally.
You can never have any card too overpowered. The more damage, the better. The more invincible you are.
Like the new amazing overpowered Hercule card that I want so badly. he has such get a high chance to dodge, which I think is like 60%, and damage reduction, the lower your health up to 90%. It starts off at 50% damage reduction. Goes to 90%. It's crazy. So yeah, I love my Dokkan Battle. I can't wait to see where it grows. I can't wait for the Christmas event. I wonder what that's going to be.
Ooh.
Maybe that's when we'll finally get Super Saiyan Sparkle Vegeta.
Oh my god. You call him by his true name.
I do, because I know his true name.
Super Saiyan Sparkle Vegeta.
Yeah,
Sparkle,
Glam
Sparkle.
Vegeta. Ew. Nobody likes Glam Vegeta.
Glam Vegeta. Oh god. Why
Hey,
internet?
That's what Tim calls it. That's not the internet. That's Tim's name.
Tim
I
is
love
the
you,
internet.
Tim, but
so.
no.
Tim is the internet.
That's why he's not here.
He's off doing interneting things.
So, I guess we should talk about some other things. Even though I could sit here for hours talking about Dokkan Battle. Really could. Like, speculating the Christmas stuff and... Hell, we're probably going to have something for, like... Nah, I don't know if we'll do anything for Thanksgiving.
No.
Like we've got Halloween, haven't we? Halloween event.
Well,
We do. We're
already would have done it by now, I think.
No, it's not nowhere near Halloween yet.
Fallout Shelter has Halloween themes going on right now. If you have 3 rooms merged together and max upgraded, just so you know.
I say that, but Boruto had its Halloween event at the end of last month, so... Seriously, it was like, I logged in, it's like, oh, there's an event going on, and the reward is a Halloween costume. And it ends on, like, the 4th of October. I'm like, what?
What?
Why? Why?
You're doing it wrong.
I mean, I did the event and got the costumes, which was quite cool, actually. I like it. But yeah, I don't know. But you know what I do know? Jump Force.
What do you know?
Jump Force! There was a beta this weekend that you could apply to get into. And I got into it. And so did Garri. I got to play a little bit over the weekend. And the lobby system is pretty cool. You can see all the characters running around. Though the game does support custom characters, the beta only had preset characters. So you couldn't make your own character in the beta. Yeah, which sucked. But there was a huge selection of characters that you could play as. I mainly focused on the Bleach and Dragon characters. But I did play some Naruto characters, and I tried one of the One Piece characters.
Which One Piece character did you try?
Luffy.
Yay!
Yeah, because it had Luffy and Zoro, and Blackbeard.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was like the Goku characters were Dragon Ball characters were Goku, Vegeta, Frieza. One Piece was Luffy, Zoro, Blackbeard. Bleach was Rikua. I can never say her name. Rukia. And Ichigo.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was there was Gon. There's
Yay!
Saint Seiya character. Can't remember her name now. It was a decent selection of characters, a decent selection of maps as well. You had the New York City maps. You had the Saiyan Pod map. There was like 4 maps you could pick. It had online matches, 3 versus 3, or one player versus CPU. But there was a load of different areas on the lobby that you could run around to. Like there was a clan section. There was like shops and tournament stuff. It was a pretty big area. You could even see random characters that are from these shows just stood around.
Well, like what random characters?
Well,
Like
like I saw
Master Roshi?
Goku stood in a corner. No, just the fighters.
Oh, okay. When you said random characters
Yeah.
from the shows, I assumed like NPC characters that you
Yeah,
can't play
I would
with.
love that. I would love to see Master Roshi like perving on like. Though I was disappointed because the main character I'm looking forward to playing in Jump Force was not there. Well, one of the main characters. And
Saint Seiya?
No, that was playable.
Oh, he was playable? No.
Yeah.
They just announced him.
Yugi boy.
Oh my god!
Ooh, Yugi boy.
Ah.
I really want to play Yugi. I really do. That's going to be my main.
That's terrible.
What?
Nothing's gonna top Bo.
Oh my
That was
God.
just the
Uh,
most amazing character in a fighting game ever.
well, I just love the fact that he fights with trading cards. So
Well,
he actually has his dual disc on him, and he summons the Dark Magician and Dark Magician Girl to fight. So
who else can they add and from what franchises? I
Uh,
mean, is there any other franchises that's shonen that they
Well,
might?
dude, look at the roster for J-Stars.
yeah, there's a
That
load of
that thing
characters they can
had
add.
that thing.
Yeah,
They were
but
pulling
it
out.
had a ton of characters, but most of those characters were from the same franchises.
No, they had. I mean, yeah, they had the Dragon Ball, the One Piece, the Bleach. But they pulled a lot of characters out from their other like less popular and less known series for J-Stars.
Yeah.
So I think we might be getting even more of the more
Hell, if maybe
obscure
they could
characters.
do like the other ones, like V Jump and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Like J Stars and that is I think is just it's mainly characters from the Shonen Jump series,
Yeah.
but it's like all of their old school, like all of their old mangas. Like that one about I forget the name of it, but it's the one about the police bike officer.
Oh my God! Yes.
And that's like their oldest manga, and it's still going. And he was a character in J Star, so I'm sure they're gonna throw everybody at us. I bet we'll see Arale in there. She'll be super overpowered and she'll just kill everybody.
Yusuke was in it as well from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yes, yeah,
He was playable.
I would love to see. I'd love to see them get more of the D Gray Man because in J Stars it was only Alan who was, and you could only use him as a support. You couldn't even play with him as a main character. But like D Gray Man has a bunch of great characters they could use for like fighting.
So explain what shonen is to me. Why?
No. So I'll clear this up for you right now. Shonen is a genre of anime, which is Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Naruto. That's shonen. Shonen Jump magazine is the, it's like the Playboy of magazines, but for anime. Shonen Jump is the weekly release of all of the mangas that we love, and all the sources for all the animes that we love. Like Shonen Jump is huge, and it's got a bunch of different licenses. Go on the Wikipedia page and see what they encompass. But yeah, that's the difference.
That's what I'm trying to find what, because everybody says all these characters are shonen characters. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what anime? Like,
Fairy Tail is a shonen anime, but I don't think they're owned by Shonen Jump, which is why we're not seeing them in these.
So it's just Shonen Jump characters.
Yeah, Shonen Jump characters.
Shonen itself is a genre. Shonen Jump is the magazine, and also the publisher for all the Shonen, these J Stars games we're getting, and other things.
Okay, see, that's where I was confused. So okay, I'm looking at Shonen Jump characters now.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, My Hero Academia is a Shonen Jump.
Yeah.
Will we see characters from that in this game?
I want to say no.
Because
first.
they've got.
No, I really think we'll see them as part of DLC. Because they don't want to fight against their own My Hero games, so I can expect like one of the big hype characters might be Midori or All Might as a playable character. Like, hell, they might even have I don't know how the DLC is going to work yet for sure. They could have like 3 characters from each game, like as a bundle, for teams. So maybe they'll announce All Might, Midori, and Bakugo as like a DLC pack for My Hero in the like a couple of months after release.
If the game is good, I'd get it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. One Punch Man is Shonen Jump.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good to have as a. That's probably, if it's not in the game, that'll probably be the first DLC, just because the new series starts around the same time as the game comes out.
So I'm on their website right now, so I'm looking at all of their things. So we got Assassination Classroom, Black Clover. They just released their own games. I don't see if they'll add anything.
Assassination Classroom, I think it's possible because that was in the last Shonen Jump game, wasn't
yeah,
it?
it
was in V Jump. It was the teacher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Kurosama. He was he was a support character that you could. Or no, you played him as a regular character.
Yeah, you did.
You could attack with him and shit. Yeah, he was super powerful in J-Stars.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting Gintama to appear.
Yeah.
Gintama, yep.
We know that
Yeah,
Death
sure of
Note
it.
will be in, but he won't be playable because he's been told he's too powerful.
Probably a support. That's what I'm wondering if they'll do with Saitama, where he's just so powerful. Like you can't. I've been wondering if they were going to make like a fighting game, a One Punch Man fighting game.
Yeah.
To even see Saitama lose, like you would have to be like a boss character or something. But anyways, in something like this, I think he'd be a great like support character, and they could have Genos and.
He's probably going to be Genos. Genos will probably be a playable character, and then One Punch Man will, Saitama will probably be his ultimate.
He just like jumps in and like
Yeah.
normal punches, and you win the match if you build.
Yeah.
Up
Well, here's the thing I'm seeing in this game, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, because you played it.
Yeah.
It seems like all the characters they're selecting are characters that can attack from long and short range.
Yeah.
And particularly like energy beams, long range attacks like that.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much all the characters we're seeing, right? Whether it's a spiritual attack or a physical attack that's long range.
Yeah.
Matters. So then, if you look at it, a character like Rurouni Kenshin cannot appear in it.
But he did appear in J-Stars, though.
Yeah.
He did appear in J-Stars.
He was a good character. He was quick.
And that is one thing we talked about, and that was probably one of the most unbalanced fighting games in existence.
Yes, it was. It was glorious, but it was truly, truly just terribly unbalanced. It was a mess, but it was fun. I mean,
But these games aren't designed to be balanced, are they? Really?
They should be. They have to be. It's a fighting game. You can't make a fighting game that's balanced.
Yeah, but it's also very fan servicey.
Well, that's true. Yeah, everybody wants to see these characters fight each other.
Yeah.
I agree with both of your points, and I really wish that they. I don't have a solution right now, but to see a more well-balanced J-Stars game,
because it wouldn't. I love Yugi. I love Yugi so much, but if Yugi is like, it's time to duel, and then Frieza turns up, that's not going to go very well. I play my dead.
Yeah, it's just, at this point it really is just like I said. I agree. I really wish they would have a really nice and solid, balanced combat system for a change. But it also, you're right, Ben. It is about getting all of them together and fan service for everybody because we all want to see Luffy and Goku and Frieza and Toriko and all of them just beat the hell out of each other because that's what we want. But I would appreciate a better game.
What I'm seeing with Jump Force is they seem to be catering to their more popular franchises.
Yeah.
Whereas J-Stars did not. J-Stars, they had a lot of their popular games, but they randomly threw characters in there. Like, what's his name from the dude that when we played with him sucked balls, but when we fought him, he just wrecked us in like 2 hits. What was his name?
Toriko. The
oh my
dude
God.
that eats food, yeah.
Yeah, like, we don't know that character. They know him in Japan, but, it's not like they have an anime for that show. I feel like this one is more focusing more on their most popular franchise.
Yeah.
And
it's because the graphics are so much more improved.
Yeah, like you can argue with Sensei that it's not popular, but they have a new show right now going on, and it's gaining a lot of steam, so it's becoming popular.
Yeah, even if it's because it's so new, it's a hype thing.
Yeah, like we talked about Yu-Gi-Oh! Like he wasn't in Jumpstar or V-Star. Or, God, I keep getting these fucking games.
J-Stars.
But he's in this one because obviously Yu-Gi-Oh! To this day is still incredibly powerful. So why not throw him in?
He was in
there?
the DS games though. So.
Oh, nice. So like I'm looking at it right now, and I can see Tokyo Ghoul is a Shonen Jump, so that's probably going to appear because Tokyo Ghoul is very popular.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping they'll do. Is exactly what you're saying. Is that you'll have the big staff of the main name game characters that are going to sell the game, but like with J-Stars, we got to see a lot of these characters, and it was cool because they had background, like in the extras menu. They had background for all of these characters. You could read up on them and like what the first issue was, and it was really cool to see all of that. So I'm hoping we'll get more of that included with Jump Force entry.
By the way,
Yeah, and I fully agree with you, Ben. I think the My Hero characters, if they are going to be in the game, they're all going to be DLC.
Yeah.
Because that is pretty much the only franchise you got right now that make people spend money extra to buy those
One
characters.
Punch Man and My Hero. That's why I believe One Punch Man will be first, because of the hype of the new season when that comes out. Because that's early next year, isn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, yes.
So they'll be able to tie in the hype of the One Punch series and the DLC. And then later on, My Hero, when that comes back, they can tie in the DLC with the new series of My Hero. It's like, you like My Hero? It's live now. Well, now you can play as your favourite characters in Jump Force. Though I'm a little pissed that Yu-Gi-Oh! Only has one character. I decided last night it should have Kaiba and Marek. Because
Oh yeah.
because Yugi has Ra. Yeah, I decided that because every other game has every other series has 3 characters, really. Kaiba should have Blue Eyes and Force Raider as his his attacks, and his ultimate should be Obelisk. And then Marek should just have his Egyptian guard cards, and his ultimate should be Ra. That way you got all 3 different Egyptian god cards. As
I love it.
Yeah. That way each you got all the 3 different Egyptian god cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! Represented in the game, rather than just Slifer, the executive producer.
Yes, I love it.
Mega Ultra Chicken.
That would be cool. I would like to see and like Yugi. We talk about Yugi and he's throwing out cards and Frieza will kill him in a shot. But I mean that's what I mean. Like if you want to have a good balanced fighting game, then you would still have Yu-Gi-Oh playing, playing his cards out as actual attacks, but he might be one of those characters that's a bit more strategy based. Like Arc System Works does that really well. With all of their characters are all like super unique, but they're all well balanced. That if you get really good with one of them, you learn how to play that character and play it well. And you learn how, a good offense, like a good fighting game, man. That's all I'm asking from you, J Stars. Just make me a good Jump Force. Make this be a good one.
Hey, Ernest.
Hello,
Ernest has joined us.
I have.
We're just talking about Jump Force.
Yep.
Have you paid attention to it at all?
Just a little bit. I don't like how it looks visually.
I can tell you it doesn't look as bad when you're actually playing it.
Okay.
I was playing it over the closed beta this weekend.
That works in case you ever have a herpes cold sore or something like that. Always use it. It's not. I know it looks worse than it is, but up close, it's really not that bad.
Yeah, when you're actually playing it, it doesn't look too bad. I don't know why. I guess with all the action, it doesn't. You're not paying that much attention. It's very fast paced. So, I guess one of my flaws I had with the beta was that at least I couldn't find a way to do this. I might be wrong, but although you could have 3 different players on your team, it would only select the next character when you press the change character button. You had no option to switch to the 3rd character on the list. You could only go from 1 to 3. So, and then there's a cooldown between switching characters. So you say if you're playing as Goku, but you want to switch over to Ichigo, but Frieza's in the middle, you gotta go Goku, Frieza, Ichigo. You can't just switch.
Okay.
I'm hoping they fix that in the full game. Also, all the super attacks are just the R2 button. You have a I can't remember what it was called, a tension meter, I think it was called, which fills up as you're taking damage and doing damage. That's how you do your ultimate attack once your tension meter is filled. I find that certain characters fill up a lot faster than others. Rukia seemed to fill up the fastest, but hers seemed to do a little less damage. but then Vegeta took forever. But he can do a 220 hit combo with his. So, yeah. But Vegeta has a downside. If he doesn't hit you with it, he actually becomes vulnerable for about 5 seconds, where he's just stood there, he can't do anything. So
That's still not as bad. Ichigo, man, again,
yeah.
Jump Force. Do not make Ichigo's special kill you. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking of that as a design decision in J-Stars. When you built up your tension meter in J-Stars and you did Ichigo's, it would kill. It would remove one of your life points.
Wow.
So he was like and what made it even worse is if you weren't playing as him, but you had him on your team, and the bar filled up, he would use it instantly anyway.
Oh well.
So I actually died because I only had one bar left, and he used the special on another enemy like across the map.
Well, you've only got
J-Stars.
one bar in this game.
How are they doing the? Oh, so it's just one life bar, not like 3 KOs this time, and you're done. Okay, that's a good
All
change.
characters share the same health bar. And Ichigo's attack did about 20% of the health.
And it didn't KO you?
No.
Yay! Finally, good news. More good news. I'm getting more excited for this. All right.
Yeah, Vegeta did Final Flash as his ultimate. Goku does Spirit Bomb, and Yuffie did Gear Set, I think it was called. Luffy did Gear Gum Gear Change or something like that.
Does Yu Yu Hakusho just point his finger at you?
God damn it, Gary.
But Gon actually turned into adult Gon as well.
I love it.
But what's good is the transformation stick. So when you do say I played as Ichigo and stuff like more, but if you did Goku, his ultimate attack was the Super Spirit Bomb, where he throws a Spirit Bomb at you and then goes Super Saiyan to, like with Kid Buu fight.
Yeah.
He once the attack's over, you actually stay Super Saiyan and unlock other different attacks that you don't normally have, like you have the instant teleportation Kamehameha. So, yeah. But the battle damage is cool as well because its battle damage is really nice.
Like the characters take damage?
Yeah, the armor gets damaged as well.
Nice.
I had a fight where Vegeta was bloody and half his Saiyan arm was broken off.
Oh yeah, nip slips, here we come.
Yes.
Nip slips, shaft gaffs. I'm excited. I'm more excited for this the more you're telling me about it, Ben. I'm getting close. Don't stop.
So yeah, this was this was stress test 1. It was only a couple hours per day. It was like 4 hours per day split into 2-hour chunks. So if you had the chance to play it, that was good. It was fun. Again, thank you to Namco for providing the code for me. You didn't have to, but thank you. So
you know what I want now? Now I want like a harem fighting game.
Of course you did, Gary.
It's called SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy. That's your that's your
Let me guess, Gary's just sat in a chair.
No,
at the back.
I just want I want characters from harem animes.
Gary's at the back of the arena, Goro style.
Oh my god!
Yes. Gary is the true demon lord and harem king. I actually wouldn't mind a good like harem chick battle. Like it's like seriously, okay, the girls from How Not to Summon a Demon Lord I'd throw in there right off the top of my head. The girls from High School DxD because they're all demons and they're super hot and it would be great. There's the monster girls from Monster Musume. We got all the different varieties of women from things like Tenchi Muyo and To Love Ru. You've got the monsters from Rosario Vampire. More great female
that's
characters.
a Shonen Jump, by the way. They can still appear in Jump Force.
Ooh, even better. Yeah, no, you're right, Gary. I agree with you totally, Gary. I would love a good harem fighting game. That would be fucking like all the harems fight each other.
I'll admit that I would like some more female characters in Jump Force because all we have is Rukia.
I'm sure we're going to get a lot of good. There's a lot of really strong female leads in anime right now.
Well, yeah, they could have had Nami from One Piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no.
Oh yeah.
Hell, they could have added for Dragon Ball Super fan service. They could have added Kale or Caulifla.
Kale, Caulifla, Kefla,
Too new
Android
though.
7,
That's the thing.
Android
That's the
18.
problem with putting Dragon Ball characters, because everybody just expects the three, which is the three that they have: Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza. That's it.
By the way,
Nobody.
Frieza,
Well, maybe Brawly. People always think about Brawly.
Frieza can go golden. By the way,
Yes.
that's what I mean. It's got newer stuff because both Goku and Vegeta in the full game, their ultimate transformation is blue. So.
I want Master Roshi and
Yes.
his ultimate transformation to be like, the big superpower.
Well, I know
He
we
goes
talked
all-
No. I want him to be like the Metal Gear Solid Online, where you throw the dirty mag and the enemy just gets distracted.
Speaking of dirty magazines, Gary.
Oh my god! What did you do?
No. I just, I really want to hear about Punchline.
Oh my god! I guess I can talk about Punch. Have you watched Punchline, Ernest?
I haven't.
I've only seen clips. I didn't watch the anime when it was airing. It was several years ago when the anime was on.
So the game just barely came out on Tuesday,
Right.
and I'm currently playing it right now for review, and I absolutely love it. I think it's hilarious in all the wrong ways. It's pretty much designed as like a pervy anime, with like panty shots, but it also plays to the story. So pretty much what happens is the main character, I think his name is Yoto, but he's pretty much on the bus. He just dropped his sister off at the airport, and he's on a bus with this other girl called Rabra, and they all live in the same house. And they just drop their sister off, and then this bus pretty much gets hijacked by a terrorist group or a religious cult called the Kume group. And they're like this apocalyptic cult who wants to see the world end. And it gets kidnapped, and the superhero called Strange Juice, that's her name, she comes to save them.
Okay.
And she pretty much fights them off, and then she gets kind of in a predicament. The guy has the gun to her head, and the main character, he has this severe problem of every time he sees women's panties, he goes into like this rage mode, and he can't control himself, and he becomes super powered.
Dude,
So
story of my life.
In this struggle on this bus, he sees panties, and he pretty much goes Super Saiyan in a way.
Okay.
And he attacks this, and he attacks the guy who has the gun to Strange Juice's head, and they fly out of the bus, and they're falling into this water, and you pretty much assume that they die. And what happens is he wakes up, and he's a ghost. And this ghost cat appears next to him and starts to tell him and try to explain to him what's going on. And that his body is still alive, but somebody else is possessing it. That's why he can't return to his body. And he's pretty much a ghost, and nobody can see him, but nobody knows that he's dead. Technically, well, he's not really dead. He's just out of his body because somebody else is in it. And he has to get into his body before the world ends. And pretty much the Kume group so there's an asteroid heading towards Earth, and the United States government has a plan to pretty much nuke it. And he's supposed to play this big role in stopping it, but he can't do it if he's not in his body. So whoever's possessing his body is stopping him from pretty much saving the world, and he doesn't know how he's supposed to save it or anything like that. And pretty much the whole pervy aspect of it is every time in the game you look like, because it's a kind of a visual novel, but the whole goal is to scare the girls because you're a ghost to get soul fragments. And as you get soul fragments, you're able to do more things as a ghost. And it follows the anime, I guess, pretty well from what I. But pretty much every time he looks at panties, he pretty much blacks out, and the world ends because of it. For whatever reason, every time he looks at panties, the world ends. So the whole point of him is like he's super pervy, but the one thing he's pervy about, he's not allowed to do because it ends the world. And
where did they come up with this?
I know it's what you're
see.
talking about, but I just want to say it's like one of my animes.
So how does the game, how does it play then?
so you
What
pretty
are
much
you doing? What are you doing in the game, like from a mechanic standpoint?
So you pretty much just watch a lot of dialogue scenes play out. But when you actually, but when you actually get to do stuff, you pretty much look around the room, and like
so
random
you
things
take
appear.
control of, like a camera.
Yeah, and random things appear that tell you what you can interact with and what you can't. And you pretty much have to find the things that will scare the girls into pretty much getting frightened. So you build up this meter the more they get frightened, and you collect soul fragments from them as they get frightened. You get more powerful by scaring them.
You're just being a ghost creeper.
Yeah, pretty much.
This game, okay.
Well, you're trying to. It sounds like you're trying to avoid being a full-on creeper because you don't want to look at the panties.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, like, it has such a really good storyline behind it. Like, there's a serial killer murderer going on at the same time. One of the girls is being stalked by this crazy character that looks like Hunk from Resident Evil 2. And the
He's
whole
in full
thing,
gas mask and body armor. Are you fucking kidding me?
yeah, I'm serious. So with infrared goggles and everything.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it actually has a really good storyline, and I'm actually really into it because I really do want to know, like, what's really going on. Why is the Q-Mate group? Because there's a lot of stuff going on in the middle about their motivations and stuff like that, and who's really possessing the main character's body. And now, because he's got these protections, because he knows that you're trying to get back into your body, and so he's got these protections that's stopping you from entering the room where he's in to get your body back. It has a really good story. I'm really enjoying the story right now, but there's other things like you do, like besides scaring the girls, you have to create this sequence of events that happens that lead to the outcome that you want. So one of the outcomes was I was supposed to get them to read a message that I had left on the window, like because it gets cold, because you're a ghost, and I got the power to write something on the window so they'll be able to see it. So, but I have to get their attention to it, and I have to go to, there's like 6 rooms, so you got to go, so you don't have to go to every room, you just got to find out which rooms you need to go to complete the sequence. And you have to set up specific events to happen that will lead one of the girls to look at that window to see the message. And there's plenty of these events in the game that happen. Like, you just have to, like, you'll get like a whole bunch of options, like, oh, knock over the statue, or make the phone ring, send a message through a fax machine, once you get these powers. But if you send, like, say, a message to the fax machine, if nobody's in the room, they're not going to read it, so you just wasted time. And you only have a certain amount of steps to do it in before, as a spirit, you get tired. Because you're excluding too much energy. Yeah, so you only have, like, four things you can do to make the sequence happen.
Gary's having fun with a time-based game.
Gary.
Yes.
I can believe the panties, I can believe everything else, but come on, fax machines?
It is no. It's true. Like, Japan uses faxes a lot still.
Still?
Yes. Oh yeah. Still.
Yeah, well, in this game, the fax machine is supposedly supposed to communicate with the spirit world, and there's a lot of events that you can create that lead them to believe that the spirit world exists, because all of them really don't believe it. But it's there because one of the characters' grandfather created it, saying, hey, this can talk to spirits. And that's another big part of the story, is one of the characters' grandfather pretty much told her everything that was going to happen. that she was going to meet this girl. She's going to be the superhero called Strange Jews. You have to live in this house. Yeah, her name is fantastic. Strange Jews.
Every time you say it, it gets better. I love it.
To be honest, I keep hearing Strange Jew.
Oh my god. Yeah, so he kind of predicted everything that was going to happen, but he never told her like how he knows these things. So there's this mystery about who he was and how he knows these things. And there's just a lot of moving parts. And right now where I'm at in the story is a lot of it they've already explained to me, but there's still some parts missing, and it's all really well told. It's from the same writer who did the Danganronpa games.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Uchiro,
No, is it Danganronpa? Maybe I'm thinking of a different guy. No, it's the guy who did the
Zero Escape.
Yes, the Zero Escape games.
Yeah.
That one, yes. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I heard the stories in those games were fantastic. Oh, I never myself played them. But yeah, it's from the same guy who wrote those. But no, like it's simple. I like as a visual novel, I'm not a big fan of visual novels, but this one is just getting me all hyped up. Like, it's super funny. Like there's just a lot of moments in that game that just will have you busting out laughing. There's
that
one
picture
moment
of the cat that you sent me.
Yeah. I'm not gonna repeat what he said in there, but
It's so fucking awesome. I've got to find it and repeat it. I'll repeat it.
oh my god, no! Like there's one part where one of the girls is gonna go on this date, and the guy she's going on a date with contacted all the other girls living in the house and asked them to ask her about her favorite things, like what's her favorite music, what's her favorite books to read, and stuff like that. And during this sequence of events, a lot of important things was happening in the spirit world with my character, and I had to relay this important information. So I got this ability to possess the girl, and there's a reason you can only possess specific people in this world, and he can only possess her, the girl that's going on this date. So as I possess her, that's when all these girls start asking me all these questions, and I'm getting all these options, and I don't know what the real answer is, so I'm just picking random shit. And most of it is like translated into English of Japanese things, and I'm like, I don't even know what it is. So I just picked it randomly. And what ended up happening is this guy comes in and he starts giving her all these gifts, and if you've selected right, I guess there's a right choice, like she'll be excited, and other times she'll be like, because after you unpossess her, she doesn't remember what happened. But this event is happening now where he's bringing her all this stuff and she has no idea what the hell is going on. And apparently I selected some random thing where he brings her chili peppers to eat as snacks. She has this look of disgust on her face, like, what the hell?
My favorite thing.
And he puts on, I believe it was jazz music, and he starts reading out names of famous sumo wrestlers. As her favorite book was like the history of sumo wrestling. Those are the options I selected.
I'll be honest. I don't know if anyone's ever watched Mighty Boosh, but that sounds like that guy's ideal date.
Oh.
You remember, the guy who's into jazz music?
No, like those are the options I selected. I didn't really know what I was. And the sequence of events just had me cracking up. Like I was on the headset with Tim at the time, and he had never heard me laughing so hard. Like I couldn't breathe about what was happening. And the facial animation expressions, like the crazy anime looks that they get, like when there's like the look of dread and gloom, where it's like the blue hue at the top, like the white eyes, they just look like, oh my god. And that's the look that she had. She tried to have the smile on her face, pretending to like it. It was so fantastic. I have to go and replay that chapter to see what all the other options do, but I was dying of
the dialogue in this game is fantastic. If by paying rent you mean washing my dick, then yes.
That's one of the dialogue scenes with the cat.
You can't beat dialogue like this. I fully intend to play this now because of what you've told me.
How
Gary.
much is it, Gary?
Oh.
Do you know? And is it out now?
It's out now. Let me see how much it is.
Okay.
It is all Japanese voice, so there is
That's
going to be
fine.
a lot of reading, but it's fine. It's fantastic.
It's 40. It's that's $40 for the Vita version on Amazon right now.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That way you
I
can hide
don't-
it when people come in the room.
No, it sounds pervy, and in a way it is, but they purposely
Yeah.
force you to not be pervy because it's going to give you a game over screen. So you have to avoid it. But yeah, there's just a lot of weird shit that's going on in the whole world. Like there's a baby bear that one of the girls is taking care of, and the bear plays a huge role in the overall story and why it's there.
The bear plays the huge role in this story.
No, like I found out, like I was like, holy shit, the bear plays this enormous role in the story of this game. But yeah, after like playing this game now, all I want to do is now go and watch that anime because it's just so damn funny, and like it's funny and it has a good storyline too. That's the weird thing about it is I went into it not expecting to get really much in it. Like everybody else, when I found out, oh, there's panty shots and stuff, I was like, oh my god, it's a pervy game. And then I played it, and it's not really that pervy. In all honesty, it's even though it has a lot of humor, it also has a lot of seriousness. There's a lot of very emotional moments. Like one of the girls talks about like her past and what happened to her and why she stopped going to school and all that. And it's super emotional and it's really sad, and you feel bad for her.
Hey Gary, I have
Yes.
some good news for you. Punchline is available on Crunchyroll right now.
Yes, it's the only place it's available. It's Crunchyroll right now, and I want to watch it. It's 12. I think it's 12 episodes
There's
12
long.
episodes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a long series now.
Yeah, and apparently each chapter in the game is based on an episode of the show. So pretty much everything that happened in the show is what is in the game.
How
Well,
about this? I know we haven't
In
got
the
there
watch
yet.
list.
I know we haven't got there yet, but what if we should? Has everyone watched it yet?
I haven't watched it. I told you I only played the game.
Should
I just threw it in my watch list, so I'm super
should we
excited to watch it
suggest
now.
it as our weekly anime?
I mean, if you want to.
I'm down. I think it's Gary's choice this week, anyways. I know we haven't talked about Soul Eater or like the weeklies yet, and I don't know. We'll probably end up doing those.
We'll do Soul Eater next week because we're already over an
Next
hour.
week.
So
Yeah.
if you're okay with that, Ernest.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be able to make it next week, so it's
Aw.
on you guys.
We'll go and watch it anyways, and then you can you can chat us your thoughts
Oh,
in,
great.
in
Is it-
Discord.
Is there anything you want to bring up, Ernest, while we're just rambling?
Nothing in particular off the top of my head.
Okay.
How's life? How have
Yeah.
you been?
How you
Yeah,
been?
we haven't spoken to you for a bit.
What? It's the anime podcast, not the
Yeah, but
Life's
how much
Happenings
animes you've been watching?
podcast.
Have you watched any animes?
Man, recently I don't know what I've been watching.
Well, that's bad. If you don't know what you're watching.
If you watch enough of it without sleep in a row, it does tend to all just loop together. And all of a sudden you're like, what the hell was Goku doing in the Monster Girl world? And why, wait, what? Like,
I mean, Master Roshi might pop in there.
oh, dude, now I want a crossover. God damn it.
So have you been watching any animes? Because we've been talking a lot and I feel bad.
Right. No, it's fine. Recently, really not. I don't think I've been watching anything in particular. No.
Is anything taking over Japan that's new over there, anime-wise? That we don't know about?
Anyways. Review Starlight, which I've watched like one episode of. that's taken off. So that's decently popular.
What kind of anime is it?
That one is, I guess it falls into the like idol anime genre. So it's like largely female cast. Yeah, it's supposed to be really good, so I need to binge through and watch the rest of that. I mean, My Hero, which is still currently airing, that's still going strong.
It's still airing over there?
Yeah, what?
Is it not?
It's
I thought the
finished
season
here.
was over.
Oh, okay. Then yeah,
Yeah.
I'm behind, so I
Yeah.
have not. I don't know where the seasons have ended.
Yeah.
What else?
Because they've announced the movie for England at last.
Ah,
It's like the first week of December. That's pretty early for us. I'm so sad.
And I'm so.
Oh.
Uh,
Well, that's good. It's. I'm glad you made it, Ernie. I was sad when you weren't here at the
all
beginning.
good.
Oh,
Ernie.
fuck, what else
What was
is
that name? Ernie.
what?
You called him Ernie.
That's
I'm,
fine.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you
I
thought it was cool.
apologize.
I'm not saying it was a
I
bad.
don't mind.
Okay, cool. Everybody needs an Ernie in their life, and I'm glad it's you.
Thank you.
but is he the fastest milkman?
What? I'm sorry, Ben. I didn't catch that. What about the fastest milkman?
Is it Ernie, the fastest milkman? It's a song. God, I'm old.
What?
I don't
know
recall the lyric. Who is it?
Anyway, back to anime.
that. Okay.
He doesn't want to date himself. That's fair. I can respect that.
Uh,
What else is there? Anything else we want to touch on this week?
um,
Or
Boruto
touch?
will be covered next week because I'm going to have to keep an eye on when it updates because they've moved the episode to be on a Sunday. So yeah, we might be a week behind from now on if it depending on what time it airs. So that's gonna suck. Damn you, Crunchyroll.com.
Oh, I just remembered the one anime I have been
Ooh.
watching, which is FLCL, Fully Cooley Alternative.
Ooh.
How is that?
Oh man, I have thoughts on both of the Fully Cooley sequel series. I think Alternative, which is the third one, or the second of the sequels, is more interesting than the first sequel, but still has a lot of the same problems that the first sequel has, which is just doesn't live up to Fully Cooley, especially in regards to just the animation department and stylistic wise.
That was what I was afraid of when they announced the sequel series. When you have something iconic like that.
Right, and also that one of the main studios involved, Studio Gainax, isn't on the project, and they're really what I think brought a lot of that like experimental and weird and wacky and animation sequences from the original. So
So wonderful.
you look at some of the action scenes that play out in the sequel series, and they just seem very like standard anime, and they're just missing that FLCL flavor, and you're just like left being so just disappointed and unsatisfied. You're like and it's even like I can imagine like how much cooler that like fight scene or action scene could have looked if it was done by like a lot of the same staff and if Gainax was involved, but instead it's just like very typical anime direction, and I'm just like, all right.
That's kind of sad.
It's really depressing because I love the original Fully Cooley, and
Yes.
yeah. So I will say with FLCL Alternative, I would say, yeah, the story is more interesting, and I think the story and tone is more consistent, and you get more character developments. But again, like it doesn't feel like fully cool. And I heard because here in Japan they did theater screenings for the sequel series, and a lot of people, a lot of fans, Japanese fans, were like pretty upset on how these series have turned out. Where they also were like, yeah, this isn't fully coolly. So
Oh.
yeah. So I mean, with again, like Alternative had some good things going for it, but I would say if it wasn't like fully coolly related, if it wasn't like a sequel series, probably would be better for that. Like if it just wasn't called that, I think it would be all right and probably received better. But that's yeah.
I see.
It's always like
We've seen this happen with games plenty of times, where it's like you have such a cherished product from a studio,
yeah.
and then they try to continue it on, but the studio that made that gave it that charm, or the people that gave it that charm, that spark, if they're not there, you'll never get that again. It's just impossible to recreate. It's too bad.
Yeah, so
Man,
yeah, it's a bummer.
people have been waiting
They're
for that for a
still,
long
I mean,
time.
I
That's
guess, they're not, each series is still only like 6 episodes, so they're still quick to check out. It's not a big time investment, but just go in with tepid expectations. That's all I'll say.
It's still worth checking out, but yeah.
Yeah, I think, if anything, just to be, out of just curiosity of what they do. But man, does it just miss? I think just the energy of the original. Man.
See, and now my penguin story isn't the most depressing thing we've heard today.
No, your
it's
penguin
still-
story was the worst. He started this podcast with, "Oh, I watched an anime this week where I saw penguins get crushed."
It was Planet Earth. It's Planet Earth. It's nature.
And that's how we started the podcast with.
See, we started
penguins.
depressing. Yeah. And
And we closed out with just, hey, remember that thing you really loved? Well, the sequels to that are just
worse than
audible.
I'll be honest though, it's the same with anything really. It's almost impossible for the sequel to capture the charm of the original if it has new people in charge of it. Because
right. But I think it still can capture enough of it. Like I feel that's what Dragon Ball Super has done. It took a while to find its footing, right?
Yeah, but Super's still being done by Toriyama. So
yeah, true. You still have
yeah.
you still have a lot of the key people involved, right?
Yeah. So that's the thing. If you're trying to have a completely different team, pretty much do this sequel, as much as you want to capture your original feelings, the company or people are different. So it will always have like a different feeling than the original, a different style.
True that.
Hell, otherwise you're just copying, and it's hard to balance.
Right. There's a hard balance where it's you want to capture, I guess, the spirits, but then also do some new things.
Yeah.
That's always.
To me, this is something I see happen every time a company sees dollar signs over the heart of what made the original.
Well,
right?
hold on. Dollar signs, I don't see that with Fooly Cooly. I mean, I consider that more of a cult classic than anything.
It is, but they wouldn't do it unless they knew it was going to be
Money.
Projected to be like profitable. And I know with this one in particular, because like Fooly Cooly is definitely more popular in the West than it is in Japan. that with the production of these sequels, the co-producer on it was Adult Swim, William Street Cartoon Network themselves, because they, aired the original and they know how well received that was and popular it is over here or over there. So yeah, they were part of the production as well. One of their guys, DeMarco, he's an executive producer on it. They oversaw. They were one of the producers looking over it. And that just makes me even, I guess, a little more disappointed because
there was somebody there.
There was somebody there that I think would know what made Fooly Cooly so appealing to Western audiences, and nope. They just, and I'm just sitting there while I'm watching them and just always hoping that they find their footing and they pull it off at the end, but it just never sticks.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
This is why I don't want sequels to animes that ended a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're seeing such a revival of sequels to longer,
Yeah, I mean with Dragon
projects.
Ball. Well, Dragon Ball is just a movie. Like, oh, I'm gonna go do a movie. Thankfully, it succeeded, and with Pokemon now too, thankfully that succeeded again. But I just don't see going back. Like, if they went back and say, "Oh, let's do a sequel to Death Note."
See, this
right.
This
I'm
is the
afraid.
difference. Yeah,
I'm afraid of the Code Geass sequel that the season 3 they're working, because that doesn't need to be continued. Like, the story's done. As far as
to
I'm
be fair,
concerned.
though, I would say that Death Note is probably one of the ones they could do a sequel. Easily.
I wouldn't mind going back into that world and seeing more of the Shinigami and kind of...
I mean, I say sequel, but they could easily do, a different sort of sort of...
That's so that's they kind of have done that, because about a year or two ago they had another live action movie, which is set many years after where the original story ended, so it's they can still keep, I guess, the concepts and
well, like for you guys that actually enjoyed it, like, how would you feel if they just went out and announced a sequel to Cowboy Bebop? And you find out...
I do not want them to ever touch that.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want them to ever touch that.
But that's kind of the point that we're getting to here, is like, you have a lot of these projects that are really beloved. It always seems like, and I'm not talking about outliers here, I'm just talking in a general sense. I think we see a lot of the best projects, like, from the the low budget studios that put their heart and soul into actually making something good. And it may, like, a lot of these aren't like super popular back in early 90s, late 90s, even late 80s when some of them came out. But since we're seeing this big resurgence of them, there's a difference between like what Dragon Ball did, where they came back and like, oh, you know what, let's make another movie, what the hell? And you see people going, hey, remember that one series a long time ago that people loved that doesn't need a sequel? Let's make a sequel to it. That's the difference we're seeing here with these. With the ones that we're seeing that are really good comebacks, and the ones that are just like, dude, you're not getting it. You're doing it because you think this is what people want. You think people just want another one because of the name. That's not... The name has very minimal to do with why we love what we love about these series. So if you just bring them back without that heart, it's not really a true sequel for us.
What about, like, would you guys be okay then with them going in and redoing it like they did with Full Metal Alchemist and even Hellsing, where they did it more based on the manga rather than them going off in their own...
Sailor Moon Crystal,
because let's face it, Ultimate and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood infinitely better than their original.
Absolutely.
But then there's the other side of things. Yeah. There's the other side of things with... Sorry, I'm saying this. Dragon Ball Kai.
That's all you needed to say. This is what I love about memes.
Yeah.
So much said in just a small... just the title. We all know how we feel about it. Yeah, so good and bad. Like I said, there are outliers on all sides, like there always are. I really think that when you focus on bringing back a series and it's not for, you know, the love of the series, it's just because, hey, this is popular, let's see if we can bring it back. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it works.
Some things just don't need to be like extended and like just brought back in some like zombie form.
But let's face it, we feel this way about movies and TV shows now, and they go back to the old ones because the new stuff just doesn't bring in the views anymore. I can see the anime going the same route. If new anime isn't doing it for them, they'll go back to old stuff. Like, again, Dragon Ball. New stuff wasn't really working for toy animation anymore.
Yeah.
Bam, Dragon Ball, and now they're the company again.
Yeah, they're making bank.
They've even got a new.
with
They've even got
Dragon Ball
their own
Super.
section now. You know, at Toei, there's a Dragon Ball room which is dedicated to Dragon Ball anime.
See?
And the
I want a Dragon Ball room.
Shonen Jump has its own section as well, which is the Dragon Ball room for that. That's what brought us that amazing Yamcha manga that I want to be real. I want them to make an anime spin-off of that. Ernest, I'm not sure if you're a huge Dragon Ball fan, but have you heard of the Yamcha manga?
No, I haven't actually.
They
No.
made a spin-off during Dragon Ball Super's reign of it's basically someone in real life got killed, but instead of dying, he got transported into Yamcha from the original Dragon Ball. And he was a big manga fan, so he knew that everything that's going to happen to Yamcha. So he used his knowledge of what would happen to Yamcha to change history.
Is there...
Weird.
I've got a stupid question
Yeah.
for you, Ben, but
Yeah.
I have a memory which you just clicked on now that I remember somebody telling me about it.
Yeah.
Is this the one where he's like, oh, wait, I know what to do. Kame,
Yeah.
and like the fireball is so hot in his hands that he like drops it and it explodes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay, now I know which one you've been telling me about for all these weeks. I haven't gone and checked it out yet, like online, but
They also had like the fact that he knew what's going to happen, and like when Vegeta's arrived, he knew that there was no way for him to beat him with just training. So he has Bulma make the ship to go to Namek, and then he gets his power awakened by Guru, and then gets whisked back to planet Earth, and then beats Vegeta with Goku. Because he knew that Guru could awaken his hidden potential, so he went to Guru.
oh my god.
Any of you guys going to read it? Because I'll spoil the main villain, because I find it funny. Because
I think you spoiled the main villain
I think-
for us before already.
spoiler, it was Chaozu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah. Chaozu had another spirit that put inside him, and the only reason why Yamcha worked out that it was Chaozu was because he asked him maths, and he answered correctly instantly, and he knew that Chaozu couldn't do maths.
This sounds like one of the best like spin-off comic series ever.
And the biggest twist is you found out the whole thing was done by Beerus and Champa.
BRS.
Yeah, they transported the spirits over so they could have a chess battle without actually fighting.
Seems like something gods would do.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So out of curiosity, then, Ernest, have you watched Soul Eater? Have you seen it before?
No, not Soul Eater.
Okay. That'll be
Soul
we'll
Eater.
be doing a big
Not.
discussion next week about Soul Eater. So
Yeah, hopefully
I see.
some of our other guests will be back and we'll be able
Yeah.
to have a nice fat discussion about it because it's worth us dedicating the time to with everybody.
Yeah.
It's
because chances are next week we're not going to have as we'll probably cover Boruto, and then our weekly
There's-
anime will probably still be catching up on the other ones if I'm honest.
there's Attack on Titan
Yeah.
still. The English dub is still going on.
Yeah.
How not to summon a demon lord, I was actually planning on talking about sometime here because the English dub also just finished this last Saturday.
Okay.
And so I could talk about that. I'd like to talk about it. Since it was one we ended up loving so much, and since it was still ongoing, I figured, what the hell?
Yeah.
I'd like to talk about it some more.
Okay, so we've planned next week already on our podcast. We're professional.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So
Flying by the seat of our pants.
shout outs.
And don't forget, Fairy Tale is back.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Yes.
I feel like they will keep that for the week after.
No.
Just because we'll have so much. Anyway, we'll talk about it later. Okay. Shout outs. Ernest, you got any shout outs now? Can they contact you?
Shout outs to my brother, but he's probably not gonna listen to this.
You might.
Maybe. I'll link it to him and see if he does.
Oh, did you link Crunchyroll it?
And yeah, it was nice to be on again. I'll
Yay.
try to make it for some more.
Yay.
Anime is bad, but it's good sometimes. Yep. Who wants to go next?
How can they contact you, by the way?
I guess it's PSU email, ernest.lin, psu.com, Twitter, Ernie Chan. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
Gary?
Yeah, shout out to you guys. Ernest, thanks for being on. It's always nice to hear from you, man. Fonzie, who I miss. I hope he's doing good with everything going on in his life. Tim, miss you, buddy. Klaus, who's not here today as well. Hope you can join us next week. Yeah, you can reach me at Gaglaush, that's GAGLAUSH on Twitter, and that's also my Instagram if you want to follow my random ass pictures.
And finally, Chris.
Shout outs to all you lovely folk. It's always great to hear your voice, Ernie. I always love hearing from you about the goings on in Japan and a place that I want to visit someday. Once I can save up the funds for a vacation, I plan on visiting there. So
My mate wants to go there in 2020, so I'm hoping.
Damn. Hell yes. Next, I want to, of course, thank Gary and Ed and Christine and Almir again because you guys are the greatest, and thank you so much for the love. I also want to thank you, Chille, for always being a great and gracious host.
Yeah.
Alphonse, love you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Stay in touch with us. Klaus, missed you this week. Hopefully, we'll get to reminisce about ID Zero again soon. And Neil, hope you're doing well out there in Horrorland. Everybody else who I forgot to mention, friends, fans, family, followers, on Twitter at Devangel, DEVANGIEL.
Okay. I also want to shout out to Klaus. Hope you're doing well. A shout out to Alfonso. We miss you, buddy, and we look forward to when you can return. A shout out to Tim. Again, big hugs to you. I know you're going through a lot right now, so we're here for you, man. A shout out to everyone that listens. Seriously, you make us want to keep back. Leave us a review, a comment. There was a couple of comments for the last Unchained, which was nice. So keep that up, please. We love comments. We're back, and you can hear us.
Well, we had comments. What did they say?
One second. Someone said they liked the show. That was
Yay!
Nice.
Oh, they don't hate us.
I know. They like us. They really like us.
By the way, Tim, I forgot to include you in my shout out just a second ago. I am so sorry. I love you, Tim. Please come back to me. I need you in my life.
Yeah, good luck, Tim.
Oh,
Come back.
yeah.
Don't leave us.
We're all here for each other.
Don't.
And if anybody else out there too, we'll be there for you too.
Yeah. This guy said, 1 second. Awesome podcast as always from Slownick. That was.
Thank you, Sonic.
That was 7 days ago.
What an upstanding guy that Slonik is. Man, I would, if I had the chance and he was standing right in front of me last night, I would have just done amazing, ravishing things to this Slonik, whoever you are. If I ever get the chance to meet you in real life, you are getting a dick sucking that you'll never forget.
Oh my
Mr.
god,
Slonik, whoever you are.
it's fantastic.
So shout out to Slonik. And now I'm going to go collect my 7 wishing orbs so that I can summon Shenron and wish for clearing back. So until my contact with Chile UK. Anyway, until next week, give me my magic stick.